Hey YouTube, Scapegoat here, and we have even more Eternity Code news. This time is for Gouki card. So continuing from the last kind of series that we're doing with all these Eternity Code cards, all the leaks are coming out now. Japan's getting a hold of all the sets, so we're getting all of the remainder of the cards that weren't revealed yet. And this time we have a Gouki. So Gouki Ironclaw is an Earth Warrior effect monster, level 2, 1000 attack, 0 defense. You can only use each effect once per turn. From at the start of damage step until the start of damage calculation, when a Gouki monster you control is battling an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Your battling monster gains 500 attack and becomes unaffected by your opponent's card effects. These changes last until the end phase. And then the secondary effect is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Gouki card from your deck to your hand except Gouki Ironclaw. So from what I'm looking at for this card, the secondary effect seems like the most beneficial, being able to add a Gouki card to your hand. And from my knowledge of Gouki back in the U-Link days and all those crazy combos, if you have a Gouki that can add, that's pretty good. Reinforcement cards are seeming to be a theme in this pack right now. In the last video we had a few cards that added cards, and this card's adding a card as well. So pretty much you can summon this card, go into your Isolde combos, not only add a card from Isolde, but you can add a card from this too. So it's always good to replenish your resources. The next card that we have is a Magical Hound. So I believe there's like a level 7 or level 8 that's out from like Magician's Force or a pack way back when. But this is the little baby form apparently. So he's an Earth Machine Tuner. He's an effect level 1 monster, 500 attack, 800 defense. You can only use this card's name's effect once per duel. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up spell or trap card your opponent controls, return it to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card. And that's a pretty interesting card, given that if you're going second or beyond that turn, this is a card that can come back up and be used with Needle Fiber and stuff like that to level 1, so you can go Link Rebo and stuff. So he seems to be like a starter, kind of like how Steam, the Cloak, Glow Up Bulb, and all those other cards are. Just less efficient. But he's still pretty cool. He looks really cute too, so it's always good. The next card's called Land Scraper Goldilocks. It's an Earth Machine effect, level 10, 0 attack, 3000 defense. If this card is normal summon, special summon, destroy it, unless it is in the center main monster zone. Gains 3000 attack while it is in the center main monster zone. Once per turn, you can choose one of your unused main monster zones, move this card to that zone, then destroy all other cards in this card's column that was in the column it is in now, and all the columns in between. That's a really strange wording. I kind of like messed up on that. But it's seeming like it has like a Mech Knight effect, where it can move into different zones and kind of destroy cards, and then while it's in the center it gains 3000 attack. So that's always pretty cool too. It seems pretty strange. I'm assuming this goes into one of those Infinity Track decks or Train decks. I'm not sure how practical it is, but it seems like a pretty cool card. And moving cards around into zones and having practical effects isn't really a thing that's being utilized a lot. Only in a few archetypes, and they only have 1 or 2 cards that do stuff like that, kind of like the Mech Knight. But pretty cool card. The next card is a Marincess. It's Marincess Great Bubble Reef, Water Cyverse Link effect, 2600 attack, Link 4. 2+ water monsters must be used. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can banish 1 water monster from your graveyard or face up on the field to draw 1 card. Each time a monster is banished, this card gains 600 attack for each until the end phase of this turn. You can send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon one of your banished Marincess monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. So being able to special summon a Marincess from the banished zone is pretty cool. And also you get some free draws off of this, so that's always nice too. So the card that you banish, I'm assuming ideally from your graveyard, is the one you want to be special summoning. You don't want to be special summoning. You don't want to be banishing cards from your field, I'm assuming, in this deck. I'm not really much of a Marincess expert, but I'm assuming you want to banish ones in your graveyard and special summon it with this card's effect. And then it's also gaining 600 attack, so that's always good. 3200 attack monster if you're doing that. And pretty good for Marincess, I would say. Next card is Noctovision Dragon. It's a dark dragon effect, level 7, 0 attack, 2800 defense. You can only use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. If a dark dragon monster is special summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, you can draw 1 card. When an opponent's card or effect that targets a face-up card you control is activated, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate that effect, and if you do, your opponent cannot target that card with effects for the rest of this turn while this card remains face-up. While it remains face-up. Kinda interesting, seems kinda niche. I'm not sure, maybe in some dragon combo decks it could be useful, but doesn't really seem like there's any practical use outside of drawing the 1 card and the non-targeting. It's not really adding to any combos or doing anything like that sort, which is what you'd want to be doing in the dragon type of deck. So moving on to the next card, we have Pinpoint Dash, which kind of reminiscent of the old Pinpoint card, that spell card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Each player selects 1 card from their own face-down extra deck and reveal them. If they are the same card, type Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Link, send the opponent's card to the graveyard and special summon your own card. Then if the cards were of the same original attribute and type, your opponent loses life points to their card's attack. If there were not the same card type, send your card to the graveyard and your opponent special summons their card. So it's kind of like a weird little game type of thing. Where you're either summoning your card, your opponent summons their card, or your opponent's taking damage. So I think there was a card like this before. It was like called Try and Guess, where you're like revealing your extra deck or something to do some burn damage. So this feels like that would go in that kind of deck, where like chain burn type of decks. But this doesn't seem like a card that will see much play. I'm not sure. Next card, I think that's it, actually. No, this is the last card, actually. It's Cataclysmic Crisp Chillbrain. Kind of a weird name. The Water Fairy effect, level 8, 2600 attack, 200 defense. You can only use this card's name effect once per turn. If a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send 1 random card to your opponent's hand to the graveyard. So if this card is destroyed by battle or by opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then you can. So this is pretty cool water deck. So maybe in Mermail or Marincess or any other water deck that's out there, you get a free special summon. It's level 8, so you can always overlay or do whatever with that too. And you're also getting a benefit where you're taking the card out of your opponent's hand, which is good depending on the format. Obviously, if it's Dark World, it's not going to be that great. But this could be good in Mermail or Mer Incest, depending. That's pretty much it for this round of Eternity Code cards. If there's any more, I'll make a video, but let me know what you guys think below. Which one of these cards is good? Which one do you think is going to be utilized in the meta? Any cards that are your favorite? My favorite of these so far was the Hound card, just because it's cute. But thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.